What up, Street Talks? Eric Kim. Alright, the thought. This one is about longevity in photography and why this is the goal. So, I've been in the photo game a decade plus now, which is pretty good. And especially considering it seems actually for me, this is me thinking more about, great artists, entrepreneurs, innovators, stuff like that, is longevity is the goal. So what does that mean? Is that, I've been in the photo game for like a decade plus now, and I've seen so many people come and go, lose motivation, quit or give up photography, or just kind of, losing their fervor or their zest or their passion or enthusiasm for photography. Now, why does this happen and how can we overcome and alleviate it? So I'm probably the most motivated person that I know, and part of it, I think it's like a mental thing, it's a physiological thing, and also it's kind of like this childlike creativity, innovation, blank slate mentality. So I've actually found that Anave, Zania, Amelia, even Benji, my 2-year-old, nephew, who, I just gave him my Ricoh GR3 to, and he's just shooting photos like there's no tomorrow. It's quite fun. And it seems like the great joy is to enjoy creation for the sake of creation. And one of the great things about creation is everything's always new. And the big problem about, adults or older curmudgeonly folks is that they think that it's all been done before. So then what a lot of people start thinking is, oh, everyone's already done it before I did. What's the point of me doing it, because it can never be as good as other people? And this is what happens to a lot of academics and intellectuals is they'll name drop and quote. It's like, oh, don't do that photo project because, Bruce Davidson's already done a photo project on the subway and it can never get better than that. Or don't do that, that's just copying that. And then I think the psychology of it is very interesting, is that people who are really smart or academics, especially in the field of art, I think they're just like, kind of bitter artists who they themselves maybe didn't achieve success to the extent they wished in their photography and art and stuff like that. And it brings them greater joy in life to spit vitriol or to demean other people, and that makes them feel superior. And what motivates people to think this way? So I think it's the sign of a petty mind or a petty soul. When they see other people succeeding and advancing, they themselves feel their own livelihood or their own self-worth being lesson. And I think I can speak for this myself too, is that, like, especially when I started off in the street photography game, a lot of people were intimidated by me, right? Because like, here I am, like, happy-go-lucky 21, 22-year-old kid, advancing in photography and street photography and stuff like that. And people's like, they're like, oh, how dare Eric Kim, say this and that, and then, like, I'm so much more talented than him, and, why am I not achieving the same amount of success as he is? And, he's like, oh, he must be cheating somehow. It's like, he's just because he's good at marketing and stuff like that. But actually, it's like, this is what people don't understand, is that the pie is unlimited, is that just because I'm winning doesn't mean you're not winning. And people kind of have to make the wise realization that actually, in fact, my success doesn't mean your downfall, and similarly, your success doesn't mean my downfall. Like, the great thing about capitalism and the economy and stuff like that is everything is expanding for everybody, and therefore it's not a zero-sum game, effectively. And every day a quadrillion new photographers are being born. Any kid who knows how to shoot photos on an iPhone is a photographer and also a future photographer. And so just realize that the future for photography, the photography market, is very ripe, and be very optimistic about it and motivated to know that the pie in photography is ever expanding.